to ask.
We don't have to ask.
Hugs over masks.
Hugs over masks.
We don't have to ask.
We don't have to ask.
Hugs over masks.
Hugs over masks.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Freedom is essential.
Freedom is essential.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Freedom is essential.
Freedom is essential.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Freedom is essential.
Freedom is essential.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Freedom is essential.
Freedom is essential.
Love over fear.
Love over fear.
Our community is real.
Our community is real.
We are Canadian.
We are Canadian.
Love over fear.
Love over fear.
Our community is real.
Our community is real.
We are Canadian.
We are Canadian.
Love over fear.
Love over fear.
Our community is real.
Our community is real.
We are Canadian.
We are Canadians.
Love over fear.
Love over fear.
Freedom is essential! Freedom is essential!
Why Bill 195? The lockdown is over.
New viruses, disease and origins beyond the body. And to wake up, take off the sleeping mask. Wake up! COVID is a complete fraud. Don't wear a mask. Wake up! They have to fly.
This is not a mistake, people. This is a crime. Judge Andrew Napolitano, the federal government, has stated that the federal government has no authority, none, to compel the wearing of a mask in public. Exemptions are allowed. You do not need to bring proof of your exemptions. Who is exempt to the bylaw for Ontario is really vague, and when you read through it, you can tell our government is very concerned about liability issues, and simply put, they are trying to cover their butt from we the people suing their pants off. And we are doing exactly that. In fact, thanks to Rocco Galati, one of the top constitutional lawyers in Canada, we are bringing this fight to the Supreme Court of Ontario. I was going to read the exemptions off the bylaw, but our good friend Matthew already spoke about those points. Thank you for informing us about that important information, Matthew. Sorry. You'll have to watch the video. It's so sad that we have to have rallies like this. We shouldn't have to demand to have the right to breathe fresh air and have access to unrestricted oxygen. Mandatory masks will soon evolve into mandatory vaccines. Whether you are for or against vaccines, that should be a personal choice between you and your doctor. I don't trust vaccines because I have done my research, and I certainly don't trust one made by the Chinese military, fast-tracked and tested on Canadians. Some people don't want to argue or fight. They think that, oh, I know it doesn't work, but it's just not worth my energy. Well, to those people I would ask, if our government or your employer mandated that you wear nothing but your underwear and a bra, for your safety of course, but it's just about as effective and scientifically proven at stopping a virus as some of the face shields I've seen, what would you do? This is the reason we organized the March to Unmask. Where do we draw the line?
That's right. Enough is enough.
It's right here. We are mad. We have mothers and fathers against distancing. We just want to get back to work. We want mental health to be visible. We want hugs over masks because hugs save lives.
And use your voice. You are more powerful than you think. Use your voice in any way you can. If you don't feel comfortable being on camera, perhaps you can support those of us who are comfortable, because for better or for worse, some of us have dared to open our mouths and question what's going on, okay? And I'm very grateful that in the aftermath of my hospital incidents, people from all over the world have reached out to me And again, they may have a little Instagram channel. They're sending me information that I can now share with my people, with all of you, and continue spreading the truth.
We have video of our friend going to Dollarama. The security guard says, "I'm not accepting that card. I literally just saw it on TV. It's fake." And then he put on the gloves like he was going to escort my friend out with force. His supervisor came over, whispered something in his ear, and guess what? They have to honor the exemption. Let me be clear. The card can be a blank card with a picture of my face. As long as it says, "I have a medical exemption," you are exempt. That's all that matters. They cannot ask why, they can't ask what it is, they can't ask for proof. They just have to let you into the store. So what does that mean? It means mandatory masks are not mandatory. That's why they have to leave you a way out. They can't take your rights from you. They have to make you give them up. They have to scare you, tell you it's for your safety, tell you that you're irresponsible. They have to try to make you look bad. They have to try to ostracize you. Every which way possible. It's all about trying to get you to comply with something that you know is not in your best interest. So what do we say when someone tries to get us to comply with something we know is not in our best interest? Or how about just no? Medical freedom is essential. Freedom in general is essential. If you do not know your rights, if you do not protect your rights, they will take your rights. And that's what we're seeing. We've seen it already. We're seeing the progression. We're seeing where this is headed. That's why we're marching today against these masks. Because the mask becomes the contact tracing, which becomes the vaccination, which becomes you being a slave. It's that simple. If you don't have a choice of what you can put in your own body, how far-fetched is it for them to say, "Oh, you don't believe our coronavirus propaganda? You must be crazy. You must be mandated mental health care." It's not a joke, and that's exactly where we're headed. But we're going to stop it. We have millions of people who know who we are. We're going to inundate public health with so many phone calls of people that are not getting their exemption honored. I'm going to force them to make a public health statement. Because right now they give all these businesses these wonderful little pamphlets that they can put up in their window. And what do they say? Masks are mandatory. They conveniently leave out the part about the exemption, which is the most important part. And it's done on purpose because they want the confusion. They want the business owners and the customers to fight each other. It's all about division. Why? Because when we're united and not complying, there's nothing they can do. So this, once again, is the summer of united non-compliance. And we're marching all across Canada, unified under one banner, and that banner is "Freedom is essential." That is not a tagline. It is the very foundation of a successful society. And it doesn't go away because there's a pandemic or any other type of emergency. No, your freedoms and your rights are just as important, if not more important, during an emergency. Because that's what holds us all together. That's what keeps us together. That's what keeps us strong. And that's why they want to divide us, so they can control us and subjugate us. And every time they try to divide us, we're going to say no. We're going to come together.
No normal! The media is lying to you! Check your facts, check your facts!
Check your facts, check your facts!
The media is lying to you!
The media is lying to you!
Check your
Check your facts, check your facts!
Thank you very much.
Help these people go
Okay, next up, I'm very happy to announce will be Julie and her wonderful daughter, Phoenix. Phoenix is a 13-year-old patriot who has just started joining us out in Toronto. And she's going to speak a little bit about how these lockdown measures and the mandatory masks and everything are affecting the younger generation, because they're not being listened to enough. And this lockdown is really rough on them too, with being isolated, not being able to socialize with their friends anyway except for online and everything. So I'm very pleased to announce Julie and her daughter Phoenix. They're going to come up here and say a few things. Can we get a round of applause for them, please?
You have to stay close to the sound. Sorry, my voice is really already bad, and now I've been chanting and yelling for about an hour. So you'll forgive me, Aunt Julie. It's my daughter Phoenix here. You might say I'm a fairly new patriot to this cause. To give you a ballpark figure, in 7 days and a half, I've gone from being called mother, sister, aunt, to threat to society and mass murder. So, like everybody else, at the beginning of this, I felt maybe it's true. Maybe they do have a problem, and this sounds really, really scary. And I am considered to be high risk from the trachea. For those who don't know that, that's just how I breathe. So at first we were very cautious. But the day that I started to feel that something was wrong is when I went to Dairy Queen with my family. They had these little dots on the floor, little red dot that said, "Stand here while giving your order." So I'm like, fair enough. There, and I yelled at the lady, "Can't be really heard." I said, "I'd like a #1 combo, please." She says, "Okay, come here and pay." I said, "I'm 6 inches away from you. This is not normal. This is not good." Then that same night, a friend of mine, she called me and said, "But I have to tell you a bit about her. She's just had twin babies. They're 2 months old. During our pregnancy, she found out she had aggressive breast cancer. Of course, during the lockdown, they would not operate on her. So when her babies were born, she was supposed to be operated upon this. The oncologist said to her, if she had been operated then, she would have had 92% chances of recovery. She's dying. She is dying. She's going to leave 2 little babies in orphan children. Because of a lack of treatment, she could not get her treatment. Now, this is further enhanced for me because last night, or 2 nights ago, a friend of mine, her son passed away from an aneurysm because in Collingwood Hospital, they refused to let him in without a mask. This boy is 27 years old. My oldest kid is 27. I really feel that. I really, genuinely feel that is wrong. So this gent today, when I got here, this gent TV said to me, "Can I ask you on the camera why you are here?" Well, here's why I'm here. I'm appalled. I am appalled at the way that people are taking this and not revolting. Why there is not civil unrest. Civil unrest. I don't understand. I went to the Tim Hortons this morning right here down the road. The man there said, "Don't go inside, there's not a buffer." Now, I'm not from here. I didn't understand bathrooms here are all closed. I'm like, well, we just camped here. Right? He looks at me and he says, "Aren't you worried about your kids? They're all standing there." I'm like, "No, they've been all over Toronto, everywhere. They're touching all the stuff there, right?" And he started to berate me. So I said, "Hold on a moment. Are you not tired? How come the population is not tired of sitting there and taking this?" There has been many instances in history where there's been things much more horrible than this lie that we are being fed. Yet, here we are, nobody is saying anything. People sit there and go, "Oh, no, it's okay, it's fine. This is what we do." This guy said to me this morning, I said, "Why do you wear a mask? You are standing outdoors in front of the window to order your food. He goes, that's how it goes, lady. I said, pardon me, what do you mean that's how it goes? That's how things are. And if you don't like it, he says, you can go to the States. Oh yeah, because that's totally sensical. Imagine why he would say that to a stranger. At any rate, it has made me see. I am a big patriot for the concept of peaceful, and note the word peaceful civil disobedience. I have done all over Ontario this week and the week before. Now, a lot of people don't know how that's done. They're very scared, and that's why Chris and Vlad and everybody, I'm so glad about the cards. So this is how I teach my kids. This is how you should teach your kids if you want to. It is an awesome teaching tool. Upon this, my daughter Phoenix also has been coming to the protest, and she has to say about the kids and how they are affected, and I'm going to give her the mic now that I've exerted all over the place. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Phoenix. I'm 13 years old. I'm from Chatsworth, Ontario. So last Saturday I came to the protest with my family, and I was inspired by everybody that spoke. It's such an important thing to me right now. So the effects of the lockdown on the children has not been positive at all. We started at first with online schooling, which did not really go anywhere for any of us. Birthday parties, sports events, everything was canceled. We didn't know when things would go back to normal. So in my opinion, I think that kids' voices are not heard enough. Nobody talks about it. We are the most isolated group out of everybody. We don't go to work, we don't go to the store. We have to stay home and deal with this. We have to deal also with our parents' stress. We feel it. Politicians don't hear us because we're not part of the population that votes. Mental health on kids right now is a real issue. Everybody says, "Oh, you don't know what depression is." Talk to me when you're an adult and you have real problems.
Real God, wow. What is a real problem?
Trying to explain yourself to your parents how you feel, and they just turn you away. Sorry.
Okay, right to your lips. Right to your lips.
Is my problem bigger than yours? Why?
No, our problems all matter the same. I want to empower other kids to rise up and reunite, and to show them that we want our normal back. Not their normal. We want our normal back. So, as I'm pretty sure none of you guys know this, I'm a competitive Highland dancer. And this summer I would have had over 45 competitions to attend to, all over Canada. And I lost a year of it, and it really just sucks.
Yes. That sucks.
We matter.
Our children matter.
Yes.
Our children matter.
Our children matter.
Our children matter.
Our children matter.
It really sucks to see kids my age. In my opinion, I think that we should be the people that are most against this. Growing up, we should not have to deal with this. They're scaring us more than we already are. There was 2 boys last night. We were with Matthew at the corner of the community center in Hamilton. They were just arguing with us just over what his board said. And after they realized that their point was invalid, they started insulting and swearing just because they didn't know what to say. That's how a lot of people are.
A lot of kids too.
I just want to say to every kid, I don't know how far my message will get. I'm here for you. I want you to reach out to me personally. I will be here for you no matter who you are. Even if you're an adult, I'm here for you. I care. You matter. I matter. Everybody here, even the people who disagree with us, they matter too. We are the future. Don't muzzle us. Thank you, everybody here.
Thank you so much, Phoenix. You did a wonderful job. Everybody, round of applause for this young patriot here. Thank you.
And if you're exempt, the only action of you saying that I'm exempt from this bylaw should be sufficient. You should not be harassed. Being asking what's your exemption or what's your condition is actually illegal. So that's something that's been happening, and we're doing our best to educate both the public and the business owners and the security guards. Now, this is just a tool. This is just to give a little bit of confidence to people. But when they go to the place and go, they might be harassed or they feel anxiety. This gives them a little bit of confidence that if I get asked back, I can just show me that, and I don't have to get tangled in my words. And
Freedom is essential! Freedom is essential! Freedom is essential!